When I was in cooking school, I learned from the masters, but they taught us how to cook exotic dishes, like beef bourguignon. Ooh, that's okay, but what about real people food? So on Let's Cook, I'll show you interesting ways to cook chicken, or how to make a great pasta sauce, or even how to bring a new twist to hamburgers. Real food for real families. And of course, a champagne strawberry flambe for dessert. Yeah!
Let's Cook with Paul Dillon, weekdays at 6 on CN8.
Hi, welcome to Let's Cook. You know, the other night I came home and my daughter Megan was there, and Megan said she was really hungry and she wanted something to eat, and I went into the refrigerator and there was some chicken there was some zucchini and so forth, and I found some couscous. So I put together just this meal in about 20 minutes. So I decided to do a show today on low-fat chicken in 20 minutes or less. And we'll go ahead and puree this now. So we'll put this on and we just kind of puree this together. It's going to take a while for the can. Maybe I should have cut the cantaloupe a little smaller. Eventually it'll go down, I promise. While this is going down, let me go ahead and, I don't have the patience for this. I can't believe I never cut this small enough. I think I'll have to just kind of take my knife, carefully go in there, cut the cantaloupe so it gets all the way down there to the bottom. Sometimes if you don't cut it small enough, and this is a brand new blender, and my friend Jimmy told me it was very powerful, so I didn't think that I'd have to cut them any smaller. But sometimes you have to do that. I'm just, you know, sometimes you have new equipment. You need to play with it a little bit. I can't believe this thing is not working. It's just not taking it. My friend over there said, shake it up. I'm shaking it, I'm shaking it. There we are. Now it's working.
Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, Dillon. Dillon?
That's right. The chief executive of cooking, Paul Dillon, is going to the White House to prepare presidential foods. All this week on CN8's Let's Cook. There'll be Martha Washington's chicken fricassee, Jefferson's favorite pasta dishes, turkey, America's almost national bird, and more. Find out what the presidents eat on Presidential Foods Week with Paul Dillon all week long on CN8's Let's Cook at 6:30.
Actually, I spoke to Linda's husband, Bob, and he said that his wife was originally from Virginia. She had some nice recipes from the presidents, and she was kind enough to let me look at her cookbook to get this original Martha Stewart. I'm not Martha Stewart, Martha Washington. Did I say Martha Stewart? Oops.
It's Health Food Week all week long on CN8's Let's Cook. Don't have time to make it to the gym? Then join Chef Paul Dillon in the kitchen weeknights at 6:30 for heart-healthy salads and soups, protein-rich salmon dishes, delicious low-fat vegetarian dishes, and more.
Now, while this simmers, you can break a sweat on the heavy bag.
Get the heart pumping all week long with the fitness chef Paul Dillon on Health Food Week, 6:30 weeknights on CN8's Let's Cook.
What is my fish doing? It's going across the screen. Why? Because it knows I need to cook it. And it knows I need to cook it 3 ways today. And why are we using salmon? Because salmon falls into that family of mackerel, herring, sardines, which means that it contains a lot of fat, but it also contains a lot of omega-3 oils, and those omega-3 oils are very good for us, they're very healthy for us, and that's why we're doing the salmon, and we're cooking it healthfully. If there's such a word as healthfully, with health, I guess healthfully. Makes sense to me. One way we're doing it is we're steaming it. Another way is we're broiling it, which is radiant heat from above. And a third way that we're doing it is we are cooking it en papillote or in parchment paper. And that's a very classic approach to it, but it's also very healthy because it steams in its own juices, à la vapeur, which means that it's steamed and healthy for you and it retains those vitamins and we don't lose the oils. So, first thing we need to do is we need to talk about what makes salmon a good fish to eat and what makes fish fresh to eat. So the first thing that we look at when we're looking at the salmon is we look at the inside. On the inside here, do I have any markings where there's belly burn? Is the flesh been broken? Are the bones exposed? So I need to make sure that that's nice and clean. Next, I look at the flesh. Is the flesh shiny? Does it have some shine to it, which this does have? Are the scales adhering? This happens to be scales, so you can't tell, but the scales should be adhering. Then when I look at the head of the fish, the eyes, my eyes should be clear and bulging. The gills should be bright red, which these are. We need bright red gills. We need to smell the fish. When we smell the fish, we need to take our nose, put it by the fish, and see if there's any odor. Do we have a fresh fish odor? Yes, if we have a fresh fish odor, then it's good. If we have a sea odor, it's good. If we have an odor that you don't like, that you think is too fishy, chances are it's not that fresh. We promised the viewers that we had a special guest here today, so if the special guest could please come over here, Gary. And this is Mary Catherine. This is Gary's daughter, and not only is she absolutely beautiful, but she loves spoons, and she's holding a spoon right there. And we woke her up from a nap, but you are a beautiful, beautiful baby, and I like you, and you can come on my show anytime, okay? Yes, great. So I'm going to is she adorable or what?
The perfect recipe for romance. One fresh rose, sensuous music, soft candlelight, and a little touch of love. From the Love Chef Paul Dillon. All this week, it's romance recipes on CN8's Let's Cook. Watch as Paul prepares alluring oyster appetizers, simple but elegant dinners, and seductive chocolate desserts. It's romance recipes all week long on CN8's Let's Cook at 6:30.